Yo, everybody! So yesterday was Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. The funny thing about this video is that I think every single person that watches it is gonna be able to relate to it. Basically, the highlight of the video kind of like is based off my post that I made yesterday. And it said the most beautiful thing about life is like if you know who you are, at the end of the day, nothing anybody else says is gonna matter. As long as you know who you are. Now, if you feel offended by something someone says, that's a different story, right? Because maybe you feel strongly about something and you get a little offended. I'm talking more so about the fact of whatever they said getting deep inside, enough for it to hurt you, enough for you to be upset about it. I'm talking about like if someone says something about your character, or even like about the way you look or whatever, if it gets deep inside and it causes you to be emotionally affected by it, then I think the best thing for you to do at that point is just do some more soul searching and figure out who you are, because as long as you know who you are, none of them will matter. See, because here's the thing about life, there's 4 stages, right? So you start off and you're just like this baby and you just like can't do shit for yourself. And it's like that for a while, right? And some people don't even get out of that stage for a long time. Some people are 18, still living at home, and they're like a baby, can't do shit for themselves. And then you go on to the next stage. You start to find out what you really want in life, right? You're like, I think I can do this, I can do that. You fall in love at this point, and maybe you get married, maybe you have kids, maybe you don't. Whatever you do in that stage is just like trying to figure out where the hell you're going. Now, I'm getting all this off of like this recent video I watched from a friend of mine, Matt. He showed me it and it's pretty dope. Just ask me, inbox me, and I can send you the link to that video. From that second stage and that third stage, some people get lost in there because they can't figure out who they truly are, and they can't figure out which way they really want to go and what they want to do to impact and what career to choose, right? You have all these things you're good at. Okay, for me, and this is not bragging by any means, so anything I say in this video, don't take it as me bragging, but here I am. I want to drop an EP album this year. I want to start a community organization in Houston. I'm calling it Houston Hammocking. And I'm saying I'm just letting you know now I am. I'm going to do these things. I also do tattoos. I love doing tattoos. So I'm going to get into a decent shop this summer. And I'm also very good at sales. I've been doing sales since 17. Everybody that knows me knows that. I can sell anything. At some point in time, I'm going to have to pick one and devote all my time to that one, and then just the other 3 are gonna have to be hobbies, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to prioritize my time. Okay, that's stage 3, right? That's what I gotta do. I still have to do that, guys. I'm not in stage 3. A lot of people that watch this, you're gonna be stuck in between stage 2 and 3, because stage 3 and between stage 3 and 4, I mean, you get to 4 and it's just like you're just leaving behind a legacy at this point. You're trying to make sure you're leaving behind stuff for your kids. You're trying to make sure that you made an impact, and if you haven't, at that point in stage 4, you're going to start becoming part of charities, and you're going to start organizations, which I'm kind of trying to do early in life. Here's the thing. The biggest part of this video is that, you know, that post I made. You know, the most beautiful thing, if you know who you are, all of the other shit's not gonna affect you. Somewhere in between stage 1 and 2, I made a mistake. And I'm now trying to get in between stage 2 and 3. And stuff from my past is like just throwing shit at me. For the last 48 hours, I've gotten shit thrown at me by a bunch of chimpanzees. Put it that way. No, people from my past who know me in that stage, a bad stage, I was learning, so it was a productive stage. But for me personally, emotionally, and the decisions I was making at the time, I was going through a bad stage. You know, this goes for everyone. And I said, I said everyone that watches this video is going to be able to relate, because everyone's done that. Like, okay, so this is going to get deep. This video is going to get deep in some areas. We've all made mistakes, like ex-drug addicts. I have them in my family. I have them as friends. I have them very close and dear to my heart. So everything I say about ex-drug addicts, you just need to know, like, it's coming from deep. But like, that's part of it, right? So like, there's a stage in their life where they were making bad decisions and they were trying to figure out who they were, and they were self-medicating because they didn't want to do the work, and they ran, and they really messed up. They chose drugs over children, they chose drugs over parents and family, and they were selfish, and they were killing themselves slowly. And it was the biggest mistake they'd ever made in their lives. But they're ex-drug addicts. The biggest word there to hold on to is ex. Not drug, not addict. They are ex-drug addicts. So they are at a point in their life where that is a past stage. But now, when they get into the next stages of life, no matter what they do, there's gonna be part of that past stage that just goes, oh no, come back here. Bitch, I'm holding you. Like, you're going to still have those cravings. You're gonna have people from your past that just want to remind you how much of a piece of shit you were in that moment. But the most beautiful thing is, like, if you know who you are at the end of it all, that's not gonna matter. And and sometimes, like the last 48 hours, I've been, shit tossing. People were just tossing shit at me. I actually said some dumb shit back a couple times, and I feel stupid about it. But at the same time, like I said, we're all human. So sometimes someone says something to you and you're just like, oh, you know what? You know what, bro? Like, you want to say something back, but I need to work on that. I need to not say something back. Silence is the best way to let people know you don't care. I feel so strongly about the fact that I don't care what they're saying. I want to tell them I don't care. But the problem is, that doesn't work, guys. You tell them you don't care, and they're going to be like, oh, she cares. But I don't. Because that's a past stage. But guys, it is so beautiful that this life does not have to be perfect. It is so beautiful that you can fuck up and know that you fucked up, and you can lose people out of your life, and in that moment it might feel like it's hurting you, but like at some point in time you're not gonna look back anymore. But every once in a while, someone's gonna be like, hey, look back. Look back at this. Look back at what you did. Hey, we're here. We're your past. We're here to show up and tell you you're a fuck up. Okay, cool. That's my past. And I'm in the future, and I'm looking in the future. I think you guys need to know, like, a little bit of, I don't talk to people much about my past and shit that I've been through. It kind of all got blasted on social media. I had no choice at one point in time. Everybody was like, hey, everybody on Facebook, Bree fucked up and we're gonna tell all of you. That happened, and that's okay. People are going to be more immature than you, and they're going to do things. You just need to always stand up and just stand tall and try to be true to yourself regardless of what they say about you. In my past, I've been addicted to drugs. This is my first time just saying that to everybody. Just, yes, that has happened. In my past, I have done wrong to people, and I have been selfish. I've hurt people. And I've came to terms with a lot of it. not even able to apologize to most of those people because they've created this vision of who I am, and that's just what I'm always going to be to those people. And y'all need to understand that in that moment, you need to say, okay, if I want to be this beautiful person, this beautiful soul, if I want to help people, if I want to grow myself, if I want to grow the people around me, if I want to create this and create music and create art and just create and love and grow, I gotta let all of those people go anyways because they view me a certain way and they're never gonna let me outlive that vision. And when they come and creep up on you and they remind you, hey, this is who you are, that's when you gotta tell yourself, no, this is who I am. I know who I am. You know who I was. So you can take who you think I am and shove it. And I'm not with that anymore. I'm not with that. I'm with music. I'm with a beautiful soul that loves me for who I am. She lets me express myself, and we're separate people, like separate people with separate dreams, and she wants to go and just conquer the world and I want her to, and she wants me to, and I'm gonna do it with music and art and organizations and everything that I can, and I just want to create and show other people how to create, and that's it. It's all I want to do. And I want her to be happy and healthy and continue on with her fitness dream, and we're our separate people. And that's the mistake I made in my past, is that I didn't do that. Guys, just remember this one thing. If I can share with you, the mistake I made that people like to remind me about has something to do with marriage and, premature marriage and making choices based off of feelings that weren't even real. And they were just because society placed those feelings on my shoulders. I learned so many lessons from that era in my life, but I want to let you know right now, do not prematurely get married, and do not sign on for a bunch of stuff that you just aren't ready for. Just because society says so. You don't have to be married and have kids and have a house and have all these nice things to be happy. You don't need that. You don't need it. If the person you're with won't stop talking about marriage and just keeps talking about the fact that he or she wants to be married and have kids by the time they're a certain age, I want to have kids by the time I'm 30, I want to have a nice house, I want to have a nice car, and you know in the back of your head those are not the things that you want, and you know that you want to experience life, and you want to travel, and you want to see things, and you want to touch other people's souls, and there's all these things that you want to do. Don't settle and don't do what society tells you to do, because that's what gets you stuck. That's what puts you in a box. And then when you're in that box, all you do is look at all these beautiful things going on around you outside of that box that society puts you in. You see all these people outside of that box doing amazing things, creating music. You see them out here living their dreams and traveling, and you sit there and you look at their social media and you look and you're like, why can't I do that? You can. You can do anything you want if you make your own decisions for yourself and not society and not the person you're with. Don't get prematurely married because society told you to. Don't get prematurely married because you think this is the best thing that's ever going to happen to you. No. Don't get prematurely married because the person you're with is like, I want a ring, I want this, I want that, and you're doing everything you can to make that person happy. No. Make yourself happy. Think about your dreams and where you're going in life. You have to be selfish in this life. And if the other person you're with needs to know that, and they need to say, hey, you know what? You be selfish with your life and you do what makes you happy and you follow your dreams, because as long as you're doing that and I'm next to you while you do that, I'll be happy. That's what you need. Don't get in that box with society telling you to be in that box, because then you can't do your 4 stages of life. You can't experience life. You can't really love. There's so many things that you're missing out on. I made that mistake. I stuck myself in that box. And then when I was trying to get out of that box, I hurt some people. I pissed some people off. I lost friends. I got memes of my face shared all over social media and got called names. You know, it hurt getting out of that box. But I am so happy that I'm out of that box. And anybody that's in that box that's like, hey, come here, let me remind you of what you did, or let me let you know real quick, stop trying to keep up with me, or whatever it is that they're telling you. It's just a test. It's just a test. And all you got to do to pass that test is look inside of you, realize what your goals are, realize who you are and who you're trying to be. Realize that you were a real person and you made real mistakes in your past, and that's okay. Move on. If they can't move on, that's fine. Not everybody's mature enough to move on. If they want to live in the past, if they want to live in that box, let them live there. You move on. You go through your stages of life. Don't make the mistake of listening to society. Find someone who supports every dream you have and just wants you to be happy and let you be you. You can wear what you want. You can do what you want. You can change your name. You can grow a fucking mustache or goatee. You can do whatever you want, and that person will love you as long as you got a smile on your face and you are living your dreams. If we don't live our dreams and if we don't chase these goals, you're gonna die regretting it. And you're gonna look around and you're gonna be like, I did what society told me to do, and here I am. You know, one last thing. A lot of these people who like drama and who will go out of their way on Valentine's Day or on a holiday, on your birthday, on certain days to come at you a certain way, very offensively, to remind you of how stupid you were or what you did. Those people that do that in the past, from your past, they're hurting for their own reasons. They're doing it because of their ego. They're doing it because they're bored and they don't have anything else to do. They're doing it because they're jealous. They're doing it because they can't deal with their own issues inside. They're doing it because they don't have anything better to do. So ignore them. Say, you know what? Yeah, I did make mistakes. And let that humble you. All my mistakes from the past, I let those humble me. No matter who I become, how many lives I touch, what I create in this life, I will always be humble because I will know that I am human and I have fucked up. I have fucked up in the past, just like everybody else at some point in time in their lives. Some people do it early, some people do it later. So you're okay. It's okay to make mistakes. You know, it's okay to slip up. It's okay. Everything's okay. As long as you continue on with your steps in life and you don't let that shit get you down and hold you in one of your early stages. Make it to those next stages. Just keep going. Just keep looking forward. And everything is going to be okay. I'm gonna let the comments of this video speak for themselves. If you watched this whole video, that's awesome, and I hope that it made your day better. I hope that it gave you a little knowledge. I hope that you related to it. And what you can do for me is just comment on it. Just put a little comment in it of how it made you feel. I don't care if it's a bad or a good comment. And then share it. Let other people watch this, because people need to hear this. Not enough people hear this. A lot of people look at me and they think I have my shit together just because I'm able to do things. Not at all. Not at all. We're all equal. Everybody's equal. Everybody needs to hear this. Everything's gonna be okay. Share this video. It's long, but share it.